It is chilly this morning, 64 degrees. Grateful, though, that we're not out on the Atlantic Ocean where Hurricane Lee has become a Category 5 storm. The winds right now, 160 miles per hour. A former president of the United States once asked other leaders to nuke such a weather system. This is nothing new. This concept first came up in the 1950s. Blow it up. Science has endlessly stopped and claimed the human doesn't have anything more powerful than a weather system. Using a nuke on a hurricane wouldn't shift the surrounding air pressure. I'm shocked, though, that Hollywood hasn't locked in on this. I mean, can you imagine the after effects of such an attempt? It would either be a zombie movie or a new Sharknado. The research. I want to see how these approaching storms affect our anxiety 2 and 3 weeks out. The moment they see something off the coast of Africa, all of a sudden, every news program is saying, there's a storm coming. For weeks, the weather people endlessly speak about these giant storms. And nobody knows where it's going to end up. It really screws around in the way of creating mental storms. And how do we deal with that? Hey, it's Arrow. This is the Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I take things like this, and although some of us might be talking about it, the goal is just to have a conversation. There's nothing more inspiring than having a little chat with somebody about nothing, because we talk about the same stuff every day. So when there's an approaching hurricane, what you want to talk about? Not the hurricane. Let's talk about a president that wanted to use a nuke bomb on a hurricane. What? Yeah, I found the article. What? This is the Daily Mess. What would you like to say, but you can't? What would you like to post on social media, but you can't because it's really going to kind of ruffle up some feathers? Yet news agencies are endlessly publishing research studies about how people feel about certain subjects. Where do they locate these people? Mainly because the multiple circles that I surround myself with aren't talking about what these news networks are bringing up. So I often wonder if they're just planting seeds in hope of getting society to begin to talk. Which is why I ask, what would you like to say, but you can't? What are we supposed to be talking about? How about this? Whatever happened to the 6-pack of beer? Seems like most of these people are okay with locally created 4-packs at prices that require a bank loan. That's something to talk about. Concert tickets. We're okay with spending $250 to $500 to sit in the nosebleed section of a Taylor Swift concert. Nobody's talking about it. They just show up. If you could say anything, what would you like to say knowing that you probably shouldn't have said that? What is tucked away inside your heart that is actually crystallizing in the way of saying, forget it. It's just not worth it. And yet what you want to say can actually bring positive change. But nobody wants to face what could be a storm because there's going to be a lot of naysayers about, why do you say that? No, because we all have opinions and we've all exercised that right to use that opinion. But think of it not as an opinion or a judgment call. Think of it as a chat. You're not supposed to agree because you can agree to disagree and everything's fine. Sit down, have a cup of coffee, maybe get yourself a Red Bull or even a fancy little tea or something, and just agree to disagree and have a chat. Don't be doing this with your thumbs. Don't be chatting there because I can't hear your inflection. And then I start judging you because I'm reading something differently into it. Have a chat. Yeah, a chat. If you need to look it up on dictionary.com to find out what a true chat is, go ahead and do it. Because inspiration and influence, change and challenge, everything comes into this chat. And you walk away going, God dang, that felt good. I'm Arrow, and that's the Daily Mess.